Humans have been dreaming about going to the moon and living there for a long time. Guess what? China is actually making huge leaps toward transforming that dream into a reality. China recently revealed its updated plans to build a new moon base by 2030. It will be the first human outpost on the moon since the Apollo missions. So, what's the scoop on this ambitious project? What does this mean for the global space race, specifically for United States? In this video, we will dive into China's new moon base plans and answer all these questions. Let's get started. One of the primary aspects that stands out in China's ambitious moon base plan is using nuclear energy as the primary source to generate power for the base. Nuclear energy is produced by splitting or fusing atoms. The system offers a reliable and sustainable energy solution for the base, particularly in regions lacking access to or dependability on solar power. Nuclear energy is efficient and environmentally friendly compared to fossil fuels, which emit greenhouse gases and contribute to global warming. Nuclear energy, despite its benefits, does come with drawbacks and risks. Nuclear reactors sometimes face risks like accidents, sabotage, or natural disasters. These risks can lead to radiation leaks or explosions. Nuclear waste can be a challenge to dispose of safely and securely because it stays radioactive for thousands of years. In addition, nuclear technology can also be used for military purposes like developing nuclear weapons or missiles, which can threaten global peace and security. So how does China plan to use nuclear energy for its moon base? The China National Space Administration, CNSA, shared that the lander for the base will use a small nuclear reactor to generate electricity and heat. The reactor will generate around 10 kilowatts of power, which is sufficient for the basic needs of 4 astronauts. It will use advanced materials and technologies to withstand the harsh lunar environment. The reactor will have backup systems and emergency procedures in case of malfunction or failure. But again, one would ask, why does China prefer nuclear energy for its moon base? Nuclear energy is great because it can provide stable and continuous power for the base, no matter the lunar day-night cycle or weather conditions. Solar power relies on sunlight and can be affected by dust storms or eclipses, but nuclear power can operate continuously without interruptions. Additionally, nuclear energy can supply high-power energy for the base, crucial for advanced applications and experiments. That's interesting. Nuclear power can actually help the base by enabling the use of a lunar radar sounder. This sounder can penetrate deep into the lunar subsurface and reveal its structure and composition. Nuclear power can actually help the base utilize a lunar 3D printer. This printer can create different structures and materials using lunar soil. China isn't the only country planning to use nuclear energy for space exploration. Some other countries have used or planned nuclear power for their space missions. The United States has used radioisotope thermoelectric generators, RTGs, for spacecraft and rovers like Voyager 1 and 2, Cassini-Huygens, New Horizons, Curiosity, and Perseverance. RTGs convert heat from radioactive decay into electricity. Did you know that the United States is considering using a fission surface power system for its lunar outpost or Mars mission? It's a device that uses a small nuclear reactor to generate electricity and heat. It is also worth noting that Russia has used RTGs for a few of its spacecraft and satellites like Luna 24, Cosmos 954, and Electro-L. It is rumored that Russia is considering using a nuclear electric propulsion system, NEP, for its upcoming interplanetary mission. It's a device that uses a small nuclear reactor to power an electric thruster. Nuclear energy is a powerful and promising energy source for space exploration, don't you think? However, there are also challenges and risks that we should carefully think about. Next, we'll discuss the basic configuration of China's moon base. The base will compose of a lander, a hopper, an orbiter, and a rover. Keep watching. Let us zoom in on the components of this moon base together. First, we have the lander. The lander will be the main habitat and power station for the base. The shape will be cylindrical with a diameter of approximately 10 meters. The spacecraft can accommodate up to 4 astronauts. It has living facilities like sleeping quarters, a kitchen, a bathroom, a laboratory, and storage space. The lander will have a docking port for the hopper and a robotic arm for loading and unloading cargo. Next is the hopper. It is a reusable vehicle for astronauts and cargo on the moon. It transports them between the lander and other locations. The shape will be spherical with a diameter of approximately 4 meters. The spacecraft can carry 2 astronauts or 500 kilograms of cargo. Additionally, it will include thrusters and landing legs for vertical takeoff and landing. We also have the orbiter. The orbiter is a communication satellite. It will relay signals between the base and Earth. The shape will be hexagonal, with a diameter of around 2 meters. The spacecraft will orbit the Moon at 100 kilometers altitude. Additionally, there will be solar panels and antennas for power generation and data transmission. Finally, we have the rover. The rover will explore the lunar terrain and conduct scientific experiments. The shape will be rectangular and the length will be around 2 meters. The device can travel 10 kilometers per hour and operate for 3 months. Additionally, there will be cameras, sensors, and instruments for navigation and observation. The Chang'e 6, 7, and 8 missions will construct China's moon base. The base can be expanded or upgraded by adding more components or modules in the future. The base will have a flexible layout to adapt to different lunar terrains or environments. How soon should we expect the China moon base to be completed? The base's development will begin with Chang'e 7, which is scheduled to launch in 2026. Chang'e 7 will launch the lander and hopper to a location near the lunar South Pole. A lunar magnetometer, a lunar seismometer, a lunar radar sounder, and a lunar surface dust detector will also be carried by the mission. The mission's objectives will be to investigate the lunar environment, resources, geology, magnetism, and seismic activity. The next mission will be Chang'e 8, which is scheduled to launch in 2027. The orbiter and rover will be delivered to the base by Chang'e 8. A lunar 3D printer, a lunar bioreactor, and a lunar in-situ resource utilization system will also be carried out by the mission. The mission aims to test several critical technologies and systems that could be employed for future lunar exploration or colonization. The final mission will be Chang'e 9, which will launch in 2028. Chang'e 9 will launch the first Chinese astronaut crew to spend several months living and working on the Moon. A lunar rover suit, a lunar rover bike, and a telescope will also be carried on the trip. The mission will exhibit China's human spaceflight capabilities and lunar achievements. This is the construction of China's moon base, scheduled to be completed in 2028. The station will support up to 4 astronauts at once while conducting numerous scientific and technological research on the Moon. The base will also be able to contact Earth and exchange data and information via the orbiter. China's construction of a nuclear-powered lunar outpost is one of the most audacious and unheard-of projects ever undertaken. It may have a significant impact on geopolitics and future space exploration. However, it also raises significant geopolitical and ethical issues that need serious thought. What do you think about China's plans for the Moon? Do you believe China should collaborate with other nations or compete with them in making a new moon base? Feel free to share your views in the section below. To this end, thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can always get a notification when we post the latest and most exciting tech news that you would not want to miss. Till next time, cheers.